Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to my Practicum supervisor, Dr. Nurmala Jainani. And today I want to present about my Practicum journey, which is I took my Practicum at Savan Hill Resort, Johor Bahru at Ulu Tiram, Johor. So on 10 February 2020, I started my Practicum there until 10 June 2020, which is 6 months. But when pandemic COVID-19 has already spread, and I just took my practicum journey. It's about 4 months only. So why the main reason why I choose Savannah Hill Resort as my practicum places. This is because Savannah Hill Resort always have a big event such as UMNO event, wedding event, and other event which took at maybe 2,000 pax at one time. So and another reason that I choose Savannah Resort, because I'm sure I can gain more knowledge and understand all the guest need, and I always want to involve in actual working life. So Savannah Resort is defined as a green meadow situated in the highland at Ulu Tiram, Johor Bahru, and it was built at 1993 and fully operated on early 2007. So it took about 10 years to be completed. So Savannah Hill Resort is officially open to public at in 2007. So next we move on to organization chart of sales and marketing department. So the first is Datuk Muhammad Hassan bin Madun, which is board of director, and followed by his daughter, which is Nur Shazwina Datuk Muhammad Hassan, which is sales and marketing director, and then followed by Yunus bin Malik, which is executive director, and then Encik Hanafi bin Abdullah, which is general manager, and this is my supervisor practicum at Savannah Hill Resort, which is Encik Abu Bakar bin Abdul Manan, which is sales and marketing manager at Savannah Hill Resort, and then followed by Miss Azlinda, Miss Farahin, Mr. Zainal, and Miss Farah, which is my colleague at sales and marketing department. So next, we move on to the product and service offered at Savannah Hill Resort, Johor Bahru, Johor. And the first is room accommodation. So for accommodation at resort, there is 4 type of bungalow, which is Dutch bungalow, Swiss bungalow, English bungalow, and French bungalow. So for each bungalow, it can fit with a certain number of packs. So first is Dutch bungalow. Dutch bungalow can fit until 12 packs only, and they have 2 levels. So for the English bungalow, it can fit with only 14 packs, and it also have 2 levels. So the third bungalow is English bungalow, which can fit until 23 packs with 2 levels also, and the last bungalow, which is French bungalow, that can fit with 25 to 30 packs people at one time, and they also have 2 levels, and the special for French bungalow is they have a private pool at in that area. So we move on to the dormitory and hostel at Savannah Hill Resort. They have a dormitory and Dallas hostel, which usually being used by children, church group, and a student. And inside of the dorm and Dallas hostel, it's set with a room's amenities such as air conditioning, and affordable price, and it has affordable price among the bungalows and hotel. Usually, they use this dormitory and Dallas hostel when they do a seminar, a meeting, and a team building event, especially for school and government event. So next, we move on to the hotel accommodation and services. So, Savannah Resort also have new hotels that have been finished built and opened for a guest on 2019. So Savannah Hill Hotel and Resort provide several number of products and services to meet the guest needs. So Savannah Hill Resort and Hotel accommodate 98 units of guest room and suites. So it is located at level 1 until level 5 at hotel buildings. There is also have a coffee house that is located at the ground floor of hotel, which is near to the front office department. So hall floor is at first floor. Meanwhile, for the Alamana Grand Ballroom is located at 6th floor. So Savannah Hill Resort has range of room, which is they have 45 standard rooms, 36 deluxe rooms, 8 super deluxe room, 5 junior suite, and 4 suites. So all the guest room have individually controlled air conditioning, flat screen LED with a movie channel, Wi-Fi internet access, room ID phone, coffee and tea makers, executive writing table and chair, electronic room key card, ironing facilities, hair dryer, bath amenities, slippers, full length mirror and shaving mirror. And there is also a mini bar and a safe box. So all rooms are tastefully with the modern amenities and convenience. So the next product is food and beverages product. Food and beverages product has two type, which is first is Kampung Catering and the second is Makan di Hutan. So the first is Kampung Catering is one of Savannah Hill resort product, which team traditional food concept is the main dish of Kampung Catering in Savannah Hill Resort. Service catering is also available for indoor and outdoor, which is we have outdoor catering, and they also do serve their catering to various occasions such as wedding, such as corporate function, annual dinner and others. So besides, Kampung Catering also have the ability to serve more than 5,000 packs daily, from breakfast, AMT, lunch, PMT, dinner and supper. So for the second one of food and beverages product, which is Makan di Hutan. Makan di Hutan is one of the factors of Savannah Hill Resort attraction, which is they can attract more people with this Makan di Hutan. This is because Makan di Hutan can bring customers close to nature. So they will have very memorable experiences by having unique local dishes in the woods. So if the customer have lucky enough, they will be able to see an exotic animals such as hornbill, mouse deer, owl, and finger monkey. So the next product of Savannah Hill Resort is sport training and team building recreational. Savannah Hill Resort has offered a set of exciting activities that a guest can enjoy with the family or gang. There are jungle trekking, night jungle adventures, flying fox, telematch, and so more. So Savannah Hill Resort is the best place to do a training and recreation training, which is they can do an team building event at Savannah Hill Resort. So there is three strong recreational element, which is high element, low obstacle course, and water element that can be challenged to boost the guest self-esteem. So team building session are well known thing here. So it is a famous package which is team building for Savannah Hill Resort. So all the activities in team building and training will be monitored and controlled by the experienced and qualified trainer. So the next product at Savannah Hill Resort is meetings facilities. Savannah Hill Resort location make it a perfect MICE venue for corporate events, And Alamanda Grand Ballroom, with its crystal chandelier and its LED screen, is one of Savannah Hill Resort largest pillar-less ballroom with a capacity to seat up to 1,000 guests. So it is preferred location for ministerial government event, international convention, a graduation, a wedding reception, corporate meeting, and seminar activities. So in hotel, there is a four hall, which is Dahlia Hall, Daisy Hall, Lavender Hall, and Alamanda Grand Ballroom. Savannah Hill Resort has another four hall at the resort, which is outside the hotel. It is called Oxford Hall, Texas Hall, Cardiff Hall, Harvard Hall, Open Hall 1, and Open Hall 2, which is located at the resort of Savannah Hill Resort. So Savannah Hill is now currently doing in progress of their another two hall, which is Portsmouth Hall and Oxford Hall. So Alamanda Hall and Texas Hall is the most famous hall at Savannah Hill Resort. Most famous use for wedding reception, wedding ceremony, and because it can fit more than 500 pax. And for the other hall are currently usually used for seminar and indoor activities such as team building and meeting. So for the last product that being served in Savannah Hill Resort is wedding package. Wedding package for Savannah Hill Resort. There is three package that Savannah Hill Resort provide for the guests who want to make their special day perfect in Savannah Hill Resort. For the first is basic package with 500 and 1,000 packs, and second is classic package that can be accommodated with 500 to 1,000 to 1,000 pack, and the last package is premium package, which can be 500 to 1,000 packs. This package is provided before the pandemic COVID-19 spread, and now after pandemic COVID-19 spread, and after PKP MCO, Savannah Hill Resort has offered new package with 250 packs, which is basic, classic, and premium. Okay, so next we move to the chapter 2, which is organization or the company analysis. So for this chapter, I want to present about the SWOT analysis for Savannah Hill Resort, which is first is strengthness, and the second is strength, and the second is weaknesses, and the third is opportunity, and the last is trait. So there is for strengthness for Savannah Hill Resort. So the first is team building sport. Sports training and recreational places. So Savannah Hill Resort is the best place to do both training and team building activities. They have been giving a lot of activities to do, which is they also have three strong training elements, which is low obstacle courses, height element, and water elements that can be challenged to boost self-esteem of the trainee. So this package, this team building package, is most popular package that the other guests want to do at Savannah Hill Resort. And the second is a pleasant environment. Savannah Hill Resort is placed in an area that is far away from the city hustle, and the Savannah Hill Resort also incorporate beautiful classic European style theme, and the beautiful and the welcoming scenery is what make Savannah Hill Resort popular, and it is a charming and beautiful scenery at Savannah Hill Resort. This beautiful and charming scenery at Savannah Hill Resort that can make Savannah Hill Resort an attraction for a couple to take a pictures, such as outdoor wedding, so a photographer wedding for their wedding reception. especially in resort area. There is a lot of beautiful scenery at there. So we move to the next point, which is weaknesses. And Savannah Hill Resort have a lack of manpower. Yes, the first point is lack of manpower. Savannah Hill Resort have to hire a part-time workers to help them handle the event, which is a very big event such as wedding, reception, annual grand dinner, corporate meeting, and so on. So when COVID-19 in the middle of March has been spread all over the world, and it affected the hotel industry and other industry. So this issue also happened to the Savannah Hill Resort when staff in all departments have to take unpaid leave, and staff in all department also, most of them had to take an unpaid leave. So the next point, which is Savannah Hill is located in a rural area, which is located in a place that is quite far away from the city. So for the visitor who want to go to the Savannah Hill Resort, they have to go through the villages and forests all along the way. So these places is a quite best places to release tension after you work hard. So another one is opportunities. So for the opportunities of Savannah Hill Resort, which is first is linked with corporate. So this is a very big opportunities for Savannah Hill Resort because Savannah Hill Resort is so famous for its ideal location for corporate event. Most of the events are organized by a group of politicians such as UMNO Tebrau, YB Datuk Mazlan, and YB Datuk Maulizan, Bersatu, and Armada. So here Savannah Hill Resort will have a wide and a good opportunities to grow its name to the higher level than other hotel and resorts. So the next point is trades. So for the trade of Savannah Hill Resort, it is first is of course a competitors. So every hotel industry in this world has a trade for their businesses as well as Savannah Hill Resort. So with a strong growth in the hotel and industry in emerging market to be a threatened to Savannah Hill Resort. So the competitors from the nearest hotel also is a threatened to Savannah Hill Resort. So other competitor hotel also have their team building package, their hall for corporate event and wedding, and so on. So for example, Tiram Indah Village, Pulai Spring Resort, and La Grandeur Palm Resort and others may offer such a lower price for the room or any service provided. So Savannah Hill Resort has to compete with this other hotel and resort to be a different from others. So in the middle of March 2020, COVID-19 was spread very fast in the whole world and hit really hard, especially in hotel industry. So most of the hotel in Johor Bahru, the tourists is from the outside of the country. For example, from the China, from Indonesia and Singapore. So when this crisis happened to the hotel, so the hotel had to close their businesses and must follow the instruction given by the government. So all the international doors are remaining closed for each and for the foreign countries. So the hotel has no business at that time with low occupancy. So next chapter is tasks and duties. So describe the tasks and responsibilities assigned for me. So within my training in industry at Savannah Hill Resort for 6 months and actual period, I was assigned to be in sales and marketing department. But when the COVID-19 spread in early March, I was given 3 months of After 3 months of leave, I was called to continue my practicum, and I was reminded to do a multitasking work which required me to get into several other departments like food and beverages department, housekeeping department, and kitchen department to help them due to lack of manpower. So in sales and marketing department, Mr. Abu Bakar is a sales and marketing manager, and three other supervisors are in charge to supervise me during my training. So I learned about the SOP in this department, which is how to do a breakdown, a quotation, and banquet event order, which is known as BEO. So every morning we will be briefed about our task, what to do and what no need to do. What no need to do. And this briefing is conducted by my supervisor every morning at 8:45 a.m. And other than that, I learn my task well, not on as I not only do a breakdown and a quotation, but also need to involve in attending a guest who want to do an event in Savahin Resort, and so on. So for the 4 weeks, I did the assignment with the permanent staff. They all helping me very well, and they are very nice person. Even they are a permanent staff with so many experiences. So I learned so many things from them. The next week, the management assigned me to attend the guests who want to do their wedding ceremony here by myself without my manager. So I have experience by myself, which is this job is not an easy task actually. So I must do all by myself, from do the breakdown, do a quotation, attending with the guests, until dealing with the guests if they need something to request. So for the duties and procedure conform, so in marketing. So next, for the sales department, is the direct link between salesperson with the guest. Sales staff is responsible to build a relationship, a very good relationship to their customers. So sales departments also promote the growth of business as well as customers retention. So I was instructed and taught how to work in sales department at the beginning of my entry in the Savahin Resort. Among them, I need to learn about how to prepare a breakdown, a quotation, and a banquet event order that is called as BEO. So below is the so the next is I have to communicate with the customers. So the next is the skill required to be salesperson in this sales department is communication skill. This skills is a very important one, because the salesperson must always be dealing with different type of client. I am always continuously aware that I am always able to connect to other customers face to face and others. And next is I have to prepare a breakdown, because breakdown is a listing of items or quantities according to their categories to facilitate their analysis. So after receive the information needed from the customers, the salesperson must prepare a breakdown to obtain a specific prices. So this must be done before the actual quotation is made. So we have to make a breakdown of the cost that the customers need to pay. So we must provide a breakdown properly and price precisely as it related to the cost and the amount that the customers has to pay. So if we get a little wrong in the breakdown, we will suffer losses that can lead to problems. So we move on to the chapter 4, which is problem identified. There is two cases that I have identified, which is lack of manpower and lack of communication. For the lack of manpower, I was expected to practice for 6 months in my industrial training, but this year due to COVID-19, industry has to face unusual crisis. So as a result, many workers had to be laid out, have to take unpaid leave at the Savahin Resort, and some people had to quit. So 1 month, 7 days in sales marketing department, and sometimes I was assigned to the food and beverage department, kitchen department. I have identified so many problems such as lack of manpower. So when there is a big event like a wedding, annual grand dinner, uh, they they have faced a problem because they have no enough of manpower. They have no enough of worker. So this may cause a problem during the event. So after all, after the MCO, the demand for events such as wedding, seminar, and annual grand meeting of the school is increasing. So with increasing demand of this event, the Savannah Hill Resort does not have enough manpower to cover all of the event. So it is highly a problem to be unmanageable. So the second case is lack of communication. So during the several months of joining the work team at Savannah Hill Resort, I could see that there was already a lack of communication, mainly lack of communication between one department and other, such as sales department and food and beverage department. So for example, if a ceremony had a change for last minute, so there is sometimes a department that doesn't get any information about the change. So the leaders also have fewer position in communities. So when they got no information, this can cause a very big problem because it is related to the customer, to the guest request. So we move on to the solution. So for the solution one, reschedule the duty roster and hire a part-timer. So for the first issue, the action taken by the human resources manager is to reorganize the tasks of sales and marketing department staff with the aim of helping to facilitate and manage the event to be held. So I have been asking to join F&B department when there is a big event such as wedding. So my teammates and I have been instructed to assist food and beverage department every weekend in the setting up of the hall and the table and chair position in that hall. So we also asked to serve our client during the event. So the problem of low manpower has been well assisted. So Savannah Resort also have to hire some part-timer staff in if there was a big event such as wedding, annual grand meeting, annual grand dinners, and the human resources therefore decided to increase the number of staff in food and beverage department. So for the solution 2 is hold a monthly meeting. Holding meetings with all departments once or twice a month in a great way to share what is happening in that department. So the leaders can take this opportunity to come up with any ideas on how this department can work together to solve the problem or to take an advantage of encourage result. So through this way, they will completely isolate their workers from the team bubble and have a wider viewpoint on their contribution of the company as a whole. So effective leaders are always engaged with the team. They are always there to provide the support they needed. So lesson learned from the situation is, from my point of view, I can say on both issues is firstly that management should be the responsible for any issue that occur in their departments. So they need to take care of their staff. In addition, they need to come up with a new strategy to overcome the problem. So this happened in the Department of Sales and Marketing too. The management takes immediate action to overcome the problem by scheduling the staff duty roster so that the duty in other department will be balanced and the burden of other worker will be low. So staff in other sections such as admin, purchasing and human resources assistant were also asked to assist the food and beverage department when a big event held. So they are able to perform a multitasking duties. In addition, my supervisor, Encik Abu Bakar, also participate in food and beverage department. So for the chapter 5, which is reflection, self-evaluation from the learning process. During my industrial training, the actual training period is 6 months, but the COVID-19 pandemic is causing the hotel industry to be closed down, and I'm just a 1 month intern at Savan Hill Resort, and I am very grateful to be at Savan Hill Resort because I experienced myself through my industrial training in a real working life. So I enjoy my training there. So there is a lot of experience that I gain in real working life, especially in sales marketing department. Salesperson is the person who will contact the guest face to face when they come for the first time to ask the question with their inquiries. So as the salesperson, we will assist the guests in their needs and bring them to the Savannah Hill Resort site visit. We will bring them to site visit all of the location in Savannah Hill Resort. And what I have experienced during my internship, that different people have different behavior. So as a service industry workers, we need to understand what other people need. So by understanding them, it might be easier for us to fulfill their requests. So what I learned while training in Savannah Hill Resort, in the sales marketing department especially, I learned how to make a quotation, a breakdown, BEO, banquet event order. So this is not an easy task, as it involves a balance sheet, costing, money, profit and loss. So I also learned how to interact with a customer. So we move to the conclusion. For the conclusion, I am very thankful to Savannah Hill Resort for 4 months of preparation, and not everybody get a chance to work there at the Bumiputra Hotel and Resort. The practical aim is just not the term to finish study, but to acquire a knowledge, to get a knowledge and have a great experiences. So Savannah Hill Resort is also famous for its specialty offered to the guests. Even 4 months of trainings, I can improve my communication skills, interpersonal skills, or even use my English as often as I need to communicate with a foreigner. So this hotel will be visited by foreign tourists from China, from Korea, Singapore and others country. So I have learned how good management can affect loyal employees and the working environment. So back then, I'm not so confident about dealing with others, with outsiders. So when we are in the hospitality industry, especially in the hotel, we have trained to be cheerful and have to be friendly to our guests. I always remember to put a smile in front of the guests. It is a habit. When I go to somewhere, I smile, and the effect of the hotel's training, for me, is a good program for students to find a good practicum place to feel the real working environment. So it makes us a well-prepared student before going to the work in real life with a lot of stress and so on. So thank you.